Hey, what's up, guys? Jeremy here with Canopy143. Welcome to what may be a holiday weekend for all of us here, but this weekend is so important, something so special that we celebrate on Monday. But I want to talk about it today on Friday because I want it to kind of marinate with us all weekend because it's so important, it's so valuable, and sometimes, and I unfortunately have to say this, sometimes it's so forgotten, and it shouldn't be. But the importance of this weekend, Martin Luther King Jr. weekend, is so essential. Why? Because there are things in life that matter, values that matter. And we're talking about knowledge this month, and it's learning something new to be better at what you do. But I want to ask you a question about this. Are there things in your life that mean so much to you that it moves you to stand up for something, that it's so strong in your heart that it matters to you so much that you choose to make a difference? Well, if you want to hear a story about a man who made a difference, this weekend is a prime weekend to talk about that. I want to talk to you a little bit about Martin Luther King Jr. today. Born in 1929, assassinated in 1968, assassinated. He was such a threat of making change that there were people who thought it would be better that he was dead because of the change he was making. Now, in 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. made a speech, talked in front of a large group of people, the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. for civil rights movement. Civil rights, what is that? You read about it, but do you understand what it is? Civil rights, this belief that all people are equal. There's no superiority. This person doesn't matter more than this person. At birth, everybody starts on the level playing field. There's no disadvantages. Nothing says this person should be up here, this person there. Do you believe in that? Do you believe in this idea of equality? Well, I promise you something that's a stinky truth about us. At one point, we didn't. We may have thought that, but we never treated people like they were equal. And let me read some things from this speech. Now, this had to do a lot about race equality, the color of our skin. Sadly, our country did not always treat people the way they should. And this speech was a part of a big civil rights movement that I'm so thankful for, that we get to read this now, that it happened and it moved the hearts of people to do the right thing. But let me read to you some words from Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech in 1963. We've come to this hollow spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. This is no time to engage in the luxury of cooling off or to take the tranquilizing drug of grandiloquism. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. This is good stuff. I say to you today, my friends, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I dream that one day these red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. Can you imagine that? The people who oppress people, they're going to be able one day to come together. Good stuff. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we're going to be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning all together, my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. And if America is going to be a great nation, this must become true. I love it. What an amazing stance to take so many years ago. 80 some years. We're talking like 65. Wow. And yet today, I wonder, are we still struggling? How are we doing with that? How do we measure up to those words? Are we fulfilling what must become true for us to live in a nation that all are created equal? Listen to these other quotes he said. I love these. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And this is one of my favorites. The time is always right to do what's right. So let me ask you, how are you doing with this? How are you doing with this call to treat others the way they should be treated? Are you making these wise decisions? Are you treating others right? Are you maximizing your potential? Maybe it's not just about race. What if it's just about the people that aren't like us? The kids that sit on the bus alone, the people that sit by themselves in the lunchroom. How are you doing with that? How are you treating those people? Do you believe that they were created equally? We're really good at understanding that we are loved, and it's great to know that we're special. But it's also another huge step in life to know that so are they. Everybody that you see is loved. Everybody that you see is equal. They may not look like you, they may not smell like you, they may not sound or talk like you, but they are loved too. And I think to honor him this weekend, and I'm going to show this is on a Friday, but we're going to play this on Monday too. I want you to go back to this because I really want you to ask yourself, how are you doing? How are we doing with this? And maybe if there's such a thing as a resolution for New Year's, this has got to be one of them. How you treat people matters. You are going to change the world with your relationships. The way that you treat people, from CEOs to people who sweep the floors, the way you treat people changes the world. And guys, listen, I know you can do it. You're the generation that will. I want to be the generation that encourages you, but I know that you're going to be the generation that changes the world. Take that to heart and know something. You were born to make a difference. And I'm so extremely proud of you for wanting to. So process it, think it through, spend some time in prayer, whatever you need to do. But I want you to know I'm counting on you to make this world better. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.